Late one night, a young boy was wandering alone on the mountain paths, searching for Hunt, when suddenly, in an open field, his eyes fell upon a strange, glowing stone. It wasn't quite a stone, nor a gem, but something entirely different. So the boy bent down, picked up the stone, and examined it carefully. He blew gently on the stone, but nothing happened. No magic occurred, and Aragon couldn't understand what the stone's value might be. But he thought that if it was a gem, he could get some fresh meat from the butcher. So he took the stone to the butcher, and as soon as the butcher's eyes fell upon the stone, his eyes filled with greed, and he asked where he had found it. When Aragon told him that he had found it on the mountain behind the village, the butcher's face turned completely white, and he immediately returned the stone. He explained that the mountain belonged to the king, and taking anything from there was practically inviting death. He told Aragon to put it back immediately, or the entire village would be in danger. With that, the butcher quickly ushered him out of the shop. As soon as Aragon stepped outside, he saw soldiers questioning people in the streets. Now he was certain that this stone was no ordinary object. To avoid the soldiers, he left the village and went to his uncle's house in the countryside. His uncle gave him work and a place to stay, but Aragon's mind was still preoccupied with the stone. That night, he took out the stone and tapped it with his hand. Suddenly, his eyes widened in surprise, but before he could think any further, his uncle called him to help in the fields. That night, when Aragon returned to sleep, the stone he had placed beside him suddenly began to move, and something alive was stirring beneath its surface, as if some creature wanted to emerge from the stone. Aragon cautiously approached, when suddenly the stone cracked open, and standing before him was a tiny blue dragon. Aragon was overjoyed, for this wasn't a dream, but reality. Then the dragon stumbled towards him, suddenly spread its wings, and Aragon fell to the ground with a thud. The tiny creature stared at him with large, curious eyes. Aragon instinctively reached out to touch it. As his fingers touched the dragon's skin, a bright light knocked them both unconscious. When Aragon's eyes opened, the dragon was lying comfortably in his arms, and a strange mark had appeared on his hand. At that moment, his uncle's voice rang out. Hearing the voice, the dragon fled in fear. Aragon quickly got up, grabbed the bucket of milk nearby, poured it into a sack, and slowly offered it to the dragon. But the dragon lunged, tore the sack, sniffed the ground, and then turned its head. Suddenly, it pounced behind a bush. Aragon ran over and found the little blue dragon happily eating a mouse. Aragon laughed and said, "You're a complete carnivore." The next day, Aragon took him to an open field to teach him to fly. The dragon flew, fell, and then recovered, spreading its wings and soaring into the air. Aragon watched happily as the blue dragon flew across the sky. But as the dragon flew further away, the smile faded from Aragon's face, and suddenly his palm burned, and the mark glowed, as if he were connected to the dragon. At that moment, Aragon understood that his life would never be the same again.